inkproducts.com has now released a lot of new Brother refill kits, so you can refill the original Brother cartridges and reset the Brother chip. In this video I'm going to show you how to do it, simple and easy, and will provide you with everything you need to successfully reset the chip and fill the cartridge. Now when you get the red X just like that, then you're going to take it out, reset the chip first. Now you'll be able to refill a cartridge. Now depending on your cartridge number, the kit's going to include a chip resetter, the 4 priming and filling tools, and this is a little tool, it's called a cap key remover. It's going to help you take the cap right off. I'll show you that in the video. You're going to get the correct type of Brother ink, whether it be pigment ink for some of them or dye base for some others. Now for the videos for refilling, I always have a little filling station so it can hold my bottles. And then this is one of those plastic water bottles. I always cut them because I'm going to pour the ink in here and draw it up with the syringe. Now the tip won't be on there, so you're just going to draw it up. You can't get it down into the bottle, and I prefer to do it this way. Then what's ever left in there, you can pour right back in the bottle. But now in the video, I'm going to go through it step at a time. Now the first step, I'm going to point out, there's 2 things on the Brother cartridge. You have a chip, and then you have a little sight window here. Little sight window. Now if that goes out of ink, that's going to tell you the cartridge is empty. But it's really never truly empty. There's a little black sensor that floats up and down with the ink. So when it's filled, you can see the sensor. Now see it? Now you can see that this is the yellow. So now the first thing we want to do is we want to reset the chip. Now on this chip resetter, we have 2 tabs and a side tab. And there's your reset and your pins. So you got to line it up correctly on the cartridge. Now you line it up, put it in, and you wait for it to turn green like that. Now we'll be able to show you how to take the cap off and refill the cartridge. Okay, now when you plug in the new resetter for the newer Brother cartridges, it's going to be USB. So you can plug it into any USB port on your computer, and then or actually you could disconnect one to your printer and use it too. But there's the little chip on the front. This is one of those 3011s, LC 3011s. And then you're going to place it down, straight down in there like that. And as soon as you place it down, you'll get the green. You've reset the chip. That's how simple it is to use this chip resetter. There's a couple different cartridges, but they're all basically the same. There's a opening here and an opening here. Now there's one on the other side. I don't care about that one. And on the other cartridge, it's the same. So what you're going to do is we give you in the kit, in case you don't have one, it's a little, I call it a key to unlock the tap. You're going to go inside like that and pop it up. So you're going to go right on up in there and pop it up. Now if you lost that, you can use a little screwdriver, a little tiny screwdriver to do the same thing. Now you'll work at it and that'll take the top right off. Now on this point here, you don't have to do anything. The other cartridges, some of the new ones, you have to put a little tape over here. Now on the new Brother cartridges, they don't have that little air port that sticks out at the top. All they did was put a little hole there. Now for filling them, you got to cover that hole with a piece of tape. And then when you're done, take the tape off, because that'll stop the air from going in. So you just take a piece of tape, and you want to just put it over that hole, like that, real good and tight. And then you'll be able to take off the filling port cap here and down. There's no ink in there. Now, a lot of times people try to fill through here. And what happens there is if you do it or use the wrong size, you damage the gasket ring. And then when you put it in the printer, the ink allows air to get in and you have printhead problems. So we don't do it that way. We're going to show you an easier way to do it. Holding the cartridge just like this, I'm going to put my hands on that cap, that little white cap right there. And I'm going to push in and I'm going to turn to the left. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Just remember that. So I go in and I turned. And I slowly take it off because there's a spring in there and there's a cap. There's a little cap in there. It'll come right off sometimes into the spring. Now, if you don't want to get ink on your fingers, then wear a pair of rubber gloves. But now, that opens up the cartridge for refilling. Get some paper towels. Now, so the specially designed tips that we have are going to go right in there and vacuum fill the cartridge. And then you'll be assembling this right back in there again. So you'll have the spring, and then there's a little, let me take it out of here. There you go. There, a little top piece like that. You don't want to lose that, because that's part of the Poppet valve. That's what we call a Poppet valve. So that goes in there like that. All right. So put them aside. Now, we're going to go in and fill it up. And then we're going to assemble that back. We're going to put that out. Now, when you're assembling back, this little plastic top piece has to face up. When you took it off, pay attention. So it would normally be like that. And then you would go in, put the cap on, push as far in as you can, and turn to the right. It'll stop. So, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's just the way you can remember. I take it off, go slow. Sometimes it'll fall out like that. And now we can pour some ink in, get it in the syringe, and we'll fill the cartridge. Okay, now I'm going to fill this one up. I have an empty yellow one. Now I take the little priming and filling tip off, and we have the opening right there where we took the Poppet valve out, and I hold the rubber plug and I force it in there like that. Makes a nice tight fit. Now I'm going to fill the syringe up to 15 milliliters for color, and it would be 20 milliliters for black. Right there like that. My plunger just stopped at the 15. So that's about 12 milliliters of ink. Now I snug that down in there, just like that. Now I'm going to pull up as far as I can and slowly let the ink go in. The air is going to rise and the ink's going to go in. Pull it up again and down. Again. Alright. Now, I'm not going to take it off. See what happens? Then the ink comes up, and that works. Now, if I want, I could go a little bit more, make it a full 15. So I'm going to take this off, show you what's going to happen. You don't want to go too much, but if you want to, collapse the syringe, bring up another 5 cc of ink. Because each cartridge is a little bit different. Each, like there's the LC 201s, 203s, so it's just that some of them can take a little bit more. So there again, I bring it down, I bring it up, high as I can do it, and let it go in. One more time, down. See, then it doesn't take any more. So that's pretty much going to be full. All right, now I wiggle off the syringe from the top, squirt that in there. Now I can go over, wiggle out the stopper. Now I can assemble it. There's the Poppet spring and valve. It goes in with facing up. It's like that. And I take the cap, the little white cap, I put it on, so that's catches right on the outside like that, and I turn it and I tighten it. Okay? And that's it. Now I'm locked in. It's knocked in nice and tight. Now take the cap, put it on correctly, slide it down, snap it right back on. There you go. Now I reset the chip and I refill the cartridge. You can see it in the little viewing window here. Now we can go put it back in the printer. Now I just refilled or reset the chip, refilled it. Now I got full levels all the way across. You can only reset the chip and refill it when you get the red X, not before. Can't take them out when they're half filled and then fill them up and reset the chip. It's not going to work.